I think I've exhausted the constable and I've exhausted the sergeant. I think now it's time for the inspector and get things done. All right, mate? Have a nice Christmas and a New Year. All right, buddy. Keep smart. See you later, mate. Okay, right, so like I said, I'm doing everything I can to do everything lawfully, do everything by the book, but the justice system is corrupt. I've had Judge Jeffries lie in court. I've had Judge Jeffries lie in court to protect one of these people. Diane Mills, to protect her in court, right? He said I run out of the court because I won't wear a mask. It was a lie. I didn't even enter court, and the security can support that. The Crown prosecution protecting Ian Collins that knows Nick Danby. He's actually had him on the show. This is how blatant they are. Said it wasn't in the public interest. Well, can you imagine that first of all I have been convicted 2 times now. You know, the second appeal wasn't a proper appeal because we couldn't get to mention anything to do about Midazolam or my Tancock's perjury. Not allowed in the second one, so it's not really, you know, an appeal of the first decision, is it? Let's be honest. So the justice in this country needs to be challenged. And the way you challenge it is put yourself in harm's way. Yeah, and that's what I've been doing. I've been doing that now since the fracking days, realising you have to go into the belly of the beast, the heart of the dragon, to make sure that we actually root out the corruption and the paid politicians that are running our country. For the likes of Bill Gates, the World Economic Forum, right? The challenge is on. And I aim to keep going until we get justice and we protect our children. So if you can do, I'm just going to give you the details. I'll put them on right here as well. I'm going to get out the wind. So I know the microphones on these things don't pick up too well when it's windy. Alright, I will never ever stop. Share this with any legal people. You know something? The one thing that really annoys me is the fact we've got so many awake people. We've got so many people out there suffering. So many people out there saying, what can we do? You know, the controlled opposition or whatever else. All I'm saying is, stop complaining, start doing. Support somebody that is on the front line. I've stopped my life for 10 years. It's cost me 10 summers. It's cost me 10 Christmases. It's cost me 10 years with my family. I have family, but I can't see them. And I'm talking about children and grandchildren, right? I cannot see them because I can't put them through this. I have to do this alone. Not be part of a group. Be, you know, but again, it's because I've been isolated and then being isolated because of the lies of these people. And it started when I started being successful. That's what these people, they've only got, cowards have only got lies. I've only got deception. I've only got create doubt against somebody. And that's what they've done. They've been successful at that because they can't turn me on head to head. What are the 3 cases where I've been found guilty on harassment? Feelings is the lowest standard. There were no crimes committed. And all 3 of them I am challenging. But it's about time now, anybody out there, where are our millionaires? Where are our bloody philanthropists helping us? Because they're helping the enemy. Bill Gates helps the enemy, poisons people, he's doing the lot. We haven't got anybody, I have nobody like that. It's all individuals, a handful of individuals, the same ones. It's about time we broke out of that now. This is why I'm saying to you, book me now. Get to hear my story. Get to hear the truth. Because the quicker we do that, the quicker we hit 2024. And like I said, you keep saying every year we're just about there and they pull the rug. They do something else. They've been doing it for years. They've brought down countries. They've lied to countries. But I know I can beat them. Why? Because I keep going. You will never, ever stop me. So now, start thinking, how can you support my efforts? How can you get people in a room, business people that were affected, hotels that have lost their businesses, communities now being threatened, children that are now being threatened? Help now. Christmas and New Year, I'm going to be working even harder, like I've done every single year, to get ready for the following year. Let's look at beginning of 2021 when I got arrested with a memory stick in my pocket, which the police still haven't given my phone back, or the memory stick, or the CD of the interview. We went to the IOPC after a year and a half. They decided the police hadn't done anything wrong when they said themselves in the interview in the early hours that I'd given them a shed load of work to do. Then at the beginning of 2022, I went to Sajid Javid's house when he threatened to send teams to the homes of the unvaccinated. I haven't been lazy. And then at the beginning of 2023, arrested, all my stuff crushed, speakers, office equipment, photocopiers, projectors, clothes, food, chairs, 4 blackboards, a stage, all crushed while I was in police custody. So I paid a high price. I paid every single penny into doing this. We're coming up to Christmas now. Even if it's just a Christmas gift, start supporting. Any illegal teams out there now, I'm not bothered about common law, so shove it up your arse. Not seeing any good come from common law. Is anybody out there start mentioning and spouting off? We have got to beat them in their courts. We have to crush their courts. Right? That's where I'm at now. And I've been pretty successful, except for the 3 harassment cases which I'm challenging. Because that's hard. Very hard. That's why I've only done it on those 3 things. Yet now I'm using that harassment against me as a benchmark against these people and putting pressure on Lancashire Police. My name is Geza Fratman, Geza Terriani. We will be Boris free, Covid free, but most of all, the most important thing, and at this time at Christmas, our children will be free. Because believe me, terrorism and everything else is knocking on our door. We are being invaded and we've got to win really, really quick. And those that can, start doing, because we've only got now, while it's still in our hands. And I thank God every single day that in 2020 I thought it was game up. I'll be honest with you, I thought that's it. We've got the run on us, the Christmas, lockdown, people destroyed, spirits destroyed. I just thought, well, that's it. Nothing destroyed me. I was still going, I was still fighting. But I was just thinking, they'd wiped all the people off the streets with no protest. I thought, bloody hell, this is it. They've won. Cremations and bodies everywhere, and you know, well, look where we are now. We push back big style, absolutely. And it is again, even though we've got 64, 65 million people, a million plus now, where everyone's coming over on the boats. But again, it's always down to an handful of people that have actually managed to push back. And the Conservative backbenchers, not Labour, Conservative backbenchers have pushed back. So there's a lot of good people out there in whatever colour, whatever wig, whatever group you're with. There are good people out there. And a lot with good intentions. But good intentions are not enough. We now need to be making headway. We now need to be creating a body of people. Get me to your communities. Get me in front of people and business people a lot. Let's start getting the funds now to end this, because that's what it needs. I can't own anything. I'm trying to build a trust up where I have a trust which funds me getting around the country getting this done. That's what I'm working on now. But I'm one guy. I do my own posters. I do my own live feeds. I do my own actions, all off my own back, and that's bloody hard work, and it's time consuming. And I'm not a professional in any of these things by a long shot, but I just do my best. But I'm doing okay. I'm holding my own, batting above my weight. So share this round, folks. I'm doing my best, and for those people out there that you know, that are now realising, and every day somebody else, another group of people will realise that their loved ones was murdered by Midazolam Matt. We get him in court, and that's what I'm working towards this year. I need £1,000 to get to the first stage to then build the case, to then say, right, this is what the funds we need now to get a private prosecution, because I have done everything in those 2 cases to make sure that we can now question him and those people that told him and gave him the information and withheld hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin. Not one single person needed to die or be injured by the vaccine. Not one single person would then need to be murdered to do the COVID fraud by midazolam. This is massive. And I'm saying to you now, help me help the country. See you later, folks.